Americans are known for being loud, obnoxious, and arrogant. I'm sure you've heard this kind of talk before. It's all thanks to the media's obsession with portraying America in a bad light. But what if I told you that these stereotypes couldn't be further from the truth? In fact, I think anyone who visits America will find it to be one of the most polite countries they've ever visited. Because in reality, most Americans are not loud, obnoxious, or arrogant. They're just ordinary people trying to get by. Just like you and me, right? So here are 20 normal Americans who don't fit the nasty stereotypes. Welcome to our channel. Let's begin. Number 20, the helpful stranger. So imagine yourself walking down the street when suddenly you find yourself lost and alone. In this moment of panic, you turn to the nearest person for help, and what happens next shocks you. Because instead of ignoring you or giving you a rude response, this total stranger goes out of their way to help you. They give you clear instructions, offer to show you on a map, and even walk you to your destination. It's a simple act of kindness that makes you realize not all Americans are stuck up. And that's because most Americans are taught to be helpful and respectful towards others. So if you ever find yourself in need of assistance while visiting America, don't hesitate to ask. You might be surprised by the generosity of the people you meet. No. 19. The thoughtful waiter. Now picture yourself sitting at a restaurant, enjoying a meal, when suddenly you notice something peculiar about your waiter. Instead of simply delivering your food and collecting your payment, they engage in small talk. Inquire about your day, and even offer suggestions on what to order. And as you finish your meal, they go above and beyond to ensure everything was perfect. Their genuine warmth and attentiveness make you feel valued and appreciated. And you can't help but wonder if this is just part of their job, or if they genuinely care about your dining experience. Well, it's both. In America, waiters are trained to provide excellent customer service, and they're genuinely interested in making your experience as pleasant as possible. So if you ever visit an American restaurant, expect to be greeted with a warm smile and treated like a valued customer. Number 18, the attentive server. Imagine going to a fast food restaurant and ordering a coffee. As the server prepares your drink, they accidentally spill a few drops on the counter. Instead of simply wiping it away, they take extra measures to clean the area thoroughly, ensuring every trace of the spill is gone. They apologize profusely for the inconvenience, even though it wasn't your fault. To make up for the mistake, they offer to make you a fresh cup of coffee without being asked. It's a simple act of kindness that leaves a lasting impression. And you can't help but wonder if this is standard practice or just an isolated incident. Well, it's both. In America, servers are trained to go above and beyond to make customers feel valued. And that means taking extra steps to make up for any mistakes, no matter how small they may seem. So the next time you visit a fast food restaurant in America, expect to be greeted with a smile and treated with respect. Number 17, the honest shopkeeper. Picture yourself browsing through a quaint little shop filled with unique items. When suddenly you spot the perfect gift for a loved one. You pick it up, examine it closely, and decide it's just what you've been looking for.
Hey.
You head to the counter to pay for your purchase. And that's when the shopkeeper surprises you. Instead of simply accepting your money and letting you leave, they point out a small flaw in the item you didn't notice before. Explain that it's not noticeable when the item is displayed and offer to find a different one for you. It's a surprising twist that leaves you impressed by the honesty and integrity of this American shopkeeper. You can't help but wonder if this is common practice or just an act of kindness. Well, it's both. America's shopkeepers are trained to prioritize customer satisfaction, and that means going the extra mile to ensure each customer leaves feeling happy with their purchase. So the next time you visit a store in America, expect to be greeted with a smile and treated with respect. Number 16, the friendly neighbor. Now envision yourself moving into a new home and meeting your friendly neighbor. As you unload your boxes, they come over to introduce themselves and welcome you to the neighborhood. They offer to help you carry in your belongings and provide valuable tips about living in the area. And as you settle in, they invite you over for a barbecue and help you get acquainted with the other neighbors. It's a heartwarming gesture that makes you realize not all Americans are stuck up and self-centered. And that's because most Americans are taught to be welcoming and inclusive towards newcomers. So if you ever move to a new place in America, expect to be greeted with open arms and a sense of community. Number 15, the resourceful problem solver. Picture yourself stranded on the side of the road with a flat tire in the middle of nowhere. You try to change it, but it's too heavy and you don't have the right tools. Just when you're about to give up, a helpful passerby stops to assist you. This Good Samaritan offers to help you change the tire, and even goes the extra mile to ensure you're safe and comfortable while waiting for help. With their resourcefulness and problem-solving skills, they make you feel grateful for the kindness of strangers. And you can't help but wonder if this is just part of their nature or a learned behavior. Well, it's both. Americans are taught to be self-reliant and resourceful, which means they're always prepared for unexpected situations. So if you ever find yourself in trouble in America, don't hesitate to ask for help. You might be surprised by the generosity of strangers. Number 14, the generous gift giver. Imagine attending a birthday party in America and reaching for the gift. As you open it, you find a beautifully wrapped present with a handwritten card attached. Inside, you discover a thoughtful gift that shows the giver put a lot of thought and care into it. It's not something generic or expensive, but something personal and meaningful that reflects the recipient's interests and personality. And you can't help but wonder why Americans are so generous when it comes to gift giving. Well, it's because in America, gift giving is an important part of social customs and traditions, and it's a way to show appreciation and love for one another. So if you ever receive a gift in America, know that it's not just a token of generosity, but a reflection of the recipient's importance to the giver. Number 13, the environmental conscious citizen. Picture yourself walking down a busy street when you notice a group of people gathered around a recycling bin. They're sorting through their waste, making sure to separate the recyclable materials from the rest of the trash. When they see you observing them, they explain the importance of recycling and reducing waste. You can't help but wonder why Americans are so passionate about the environment. Well, it's because most Americans are taught from a young age to be environmentally conscious. They understand the impact their actions can have on the planet. So if you ever visit America, expect to see recycling bins everywhere, and people taking steps to reduce their environmental impact. Number 12, the patriotic supporter. Imagine attending a sporting event in America and joining in on the national anthem. As the crowd sings along, you're struck by the unity and patriotism of the moment. And it's not just a ritual or a formality. It's a way for Americans to express their love and support for their country. And you can't help but wonder why Americans are so patriotic. Well, it's because in America, patriotism is deeply ingrained in the national identity. And it's a way to honor the sacrifices made by those who came before and continue to serve. So if you ever visit America, expect to see flags flying and people proudly displaying their patriotism. Number 11, the religious devout. Picture yourself walking down a street when you notice a group of people gathered in front of a church. They're singing hymns and sharing prayers together. And it's not just a religious ceremony or a formality. It's a way for Americans to connect with their faith and seek comfort and guidance in times of need. And you can't help but wonder why religion is so important to Americans. It's because for many Americans, their faith plays a central role in their lives. And it's a source of strength, hope, and community. So if you ever visit America, expect to see churches and other religious institutions playing an active role in the community. Number 10, the animal rights activist. Imagine walking down a street when you notice a group of people protesting against animal cruelty. They're holding signs and chanting slogans to raise awareness about the treatment of animals in laboratories and in the food industry. And it's not just a political statement or a publicity stunt. It's a way for Americans to stand up for what they believe in and fight for the rights of animals. And you can't help but wonder why animal rights are so important to Americans. Well, it's because for many Americans, they believe that all living beings deserve to be treated with compassion and respect. And they're willing to speak up and take action to protect the vulnerable. So if you ever visit America, expect to see activists and organizations working to improve the lives of animals. Number 9, the community volunteer. Picture yourself walking down a street and noticing a group of people cleaning up the park. They're picking up trash, planting flowers, and making the space more enjoyable for everyone. And it's not just a one-time effort. It's a commitment to making the community a better place to live. And you can't help but wonder why Americans are so dedicated to volunteering. Well, it's because for many Americans, giving back to the community is a way of life. They believe in making a difference, and they're willing to put in the time and effort to make it happen. So if you ever visit America, expect to see people from all walks of life coming together to support their communities. Number 8, the politically active citizen. Imagine watching a news report and seeing a group of people protesting outside of a government building. They're holding signs and chanting slogans to voice their opinions on important issues. And it's not just a random act of civil disobedience. It's a way for Americans to participate in the democratic process and make their voices heard. And you can't help but wonder why politics are so important to Americans. Well, it's because for many Americans, they believe in the power of democracy and the importance of civic engagement. They understand that their vote and their voice can make a difference, and they're not afraid to use it. So if you ever visit America, expect to see people from all backgrounds and perspectives coming together to discuss and debate important issues. Number 7, the culturally diverse. Imagine walking down a street and seeing a diverse group of people from different cultures and backgrounds. They're speaking different languages and celebrating different traditions, and you can't help but wonder why America is such a melting pot of cultures. Well, it's because America has always been a destination for immigrants from all over the world, and they've brought their cultures, traditions, and values with them. So if you ever visit America, expect to see people from all walks of life coming together to create a vibrant and diverse society. Number 6, the sports enthusiast. Picture yourself walking down a street and hearing the roar of the crowd. You turn to see a group of people cheering and high-fiving. It's a big game day, and the local team just won. You can't help but wonder why sports are so important to Americans. Well, it's because for many Americans, sports are more than just a game. They're a way to bring people together, build community, and create lasting memories. So if you ever visit America, expect to see sports being played and followed with passion and enthusiasm. Number 5, the music lover. Now envision yourself strolling through a park when suddenly you hear the sound of music drifting through the trees. You follow the melody and come across a group of people dancing and singing along. It's a spontaneous jam session, and you can't help but wonder why music is so important to Americans. Well, it's because, for many Americans, music is a universal language that transcends cultural boundaries. It's a way to express oneself, connect with others, and celebrate life. So if you ever visit America, expect to see music being played and enjoyed in all its various forms. Number 4, the art appreciator. Imagine walking through an art gallery and coming across a diverse group of people admiring the exhibits. They're discussing the artwork and sharing their perspectives, and you can't help but wonder why art is so important to Americans. Well, it's because for many Americans, art is a way to express creativity, explore new ideas, and challenge conventional thinking. It's a way to appreciate beauty and reflect on the human condition. So if you ever visit America, expect to see art being celebrated in all its various forms. Number 3, the film buff. Picture yourself at a movie theater watching the latest blockbuster film. Around you, people are laughing, crying, and on the edge of their seats. You can't help but wonder why movies are so important to Americans. Well, it's because for many Americans, films are a way to escape from reality, explore new worlds, and experience different perspectives. It's a way to connect with characters and stories and feel a range of emotions. So if you ever visit America, expect to see people of all ages and backgrounds coming together to enjoy the cinematic arts. Number 2, the bookworm. Now envision yourself in a cozy library, surrounded by rows upon rows of books. You see a diverse group of people engrossed in their reading, each lost in their own literary world. And you can't help but wonder why reading is so important to Americans. Well, it's because for many Americans, books are a portal to new worlds, characters, and ideas. They're a way to expand one's knowledge, improve one's imagination, and gain new perspectives. So if you ever visit America, expect to see people of all ages and backgrounds enjoying the written word. Number 1, the intellectual. Finally, picture yourself at a university lecture hall where a diverse group of students from various backgrounds are engaged in a lively discussion. The professor encourages them to think critically, challenge assumptions, and explore new ideas. And you can't help but wonder why education is so important to Americans. Well, it's because for many Americans, education is the key to unlocking one's potential, pursuing one's dreams, and making a positive impact on the world. It's a way to empower oneself and future generations to come. So if you ever visit America, expect to see people of all ages and backgrounds valuing learning and seeking to expand their knowledge and understanding of the world around them. That's all for today. If you liked this video, please leave a like and subscribe for more amazing content.